those of you who don't know me, my name is Ryan Staley. I help companies with AI skill transformation, all the way down to organizations that have as little as 10 employees up to companies that are in the hundreds of millions of dollars range. And effectively, I'm leading the charge on AI skill transformation so that they could double the output in less time. Okay. And so what we're going to do today is I'm going to share with you what I'm sharing with them behind private doors, or I should say for private engagements. And at the same time, I'm going to share with you some really interesting insights that I've never seen anybody talk about publicly. All right. And what this is designed around is how to think strategically with Microsoft Copilot. Now, this is a very unique opportunity, and I see most people walk right by this use case. The beautiful thing is I'm going to walk inside the mind of Sam Altman, the founder of OpenAI, as well as Elon Musk, who, as you know, is obviously the purchaser or the owner of Twitter or X. On top of it, he has doing a lot of other things with Tesla, founded PayPal, you name it, right? And so what we're going to do today is I'm going to walk you through effectively a multi-step process that I use with Microsoft Copilot and Perplexity AI to really get the information that you need so that you could start to think strategically like Elon Musk or like Sam Altman of OpenAI. And it's beautiful how great Microsoft Copilot does this, okay? So I'm going to share my screen with you and walk you through this. Let me just do this as we always do. I haven't gone through this in any other videos, and this was something that I stumbled across the other day, and I'm like, I got to share it. We got good stuff. Okay, so what you're going to see here is this is Perplexity AI. Now, Perplexity AI is a really great tool for real-time research. It executes at a hyper-efficient pace, and you can do some of this probably within Copilot itself. I really like what basically Perplexity does. And so one of the questions I asked is, can you identify what Sam Altman's expertise is and what he is known for in his top core principles, philosophies, and views on startups? Okay. So what I'm trying to do is walk inside the mind of Sam Altman. This is basically an aggregation of all the talks that he's done, all the questions that he's done. So as you can see, it talks about what he's known for, everything from what he's done at Y Combinator to other areas, talks about his core principles. Now, one of the things it didn't really hit on that much is it didn't really get too deep on his views on startups. So I asked a startup question that was actually pre-generated from Perplexity. How does he approach risk-taking? And then what you'll see here is I said, what are the top 5 core strengths of Sam Altman, right? That might be probably your best and simplest way to start if you wanted to go down that route. And then what it does is it identifies his top strengths, everything from ambitious vision and risk-taking, strategic thinking and execution, talent attraction and team building, fundraising and operational efficiency, adaptability, and willingness to pivot. Sorry, I'm stumbling on my words a little bit today. The other thing that, well, actually the good thing about it is, I'm not an AI generated person. So the good thing about this too, and why I decided to go this route, is because Sam Altman's favorite use for ChatGPT, which was identified on the Lex Fridman podcast, was effectively using it for strategic thinking. And so I'm like, okay, how can we compound this? How can we leverage the mind of Sam Altman for strategic thinking and ChatGPT for strategic thinking, okay? So what you're going to see here is I took this and I captured the top 5 core strengths that he has. So what you're going to see is let's move over to Copilot. I would jump in precise mode. Precise is the best, I guess, mode, if you will, for effectively very accurate answers. It's the best model. It's using GPT-4 in there. And so what you can see with my prompt is I say, I want you to ask like Sam Altman, your goal is to be my startup and scale-up advisor. I can ask you anything, you'll provide me with an answer, and I want to understand how to, and then you have to insert problem or topic matter, okay? And so basically I've constructed this so it's like a Mad Libs type format so that you can customize it very easy and simply, and you don't need to do a lot of work to do it. So I want to understand, let's say, how to create a marketing plan for a product-led growth SaaS solution that is AI for B2C, which is business to consumer. So let's see what this comes up with. I haven't tested this. The other thing I didn't tell you too is I dropped in a lot of other areas about like his core strengths in there. And so what it's going to do is it's going to mimic that with the response. Okay. So as you could see, it's going over, how to mimic his strategy and basically take this. It's talking about, to take risks and pursue goals, develop a clear plan, vision, attract top talent, be efficient. Now, what it's talking about is creating a plan. So basically, it reiterates what I told it that were his top strengths. And then now it's applying it to a marketing plan. Okay. So what you could see here is to say, let's create the principles to create a marketing plan or apply these principles. And it goes into target market, unique value proposition, key messaging, right? Marketing channel strategies, develop a content strategy, customer and testimonials. So a lot of these are the basics. But one of the cool things that you could do, and I haven't really practiced this, but just drill down on one area. Okay. So how can I leverage this? And then I'll quote this, what basically for, let's say I wanted to create an app for families with French bulldogs. It's kind of a silly app, an AI app for French bulldogs. Maybe I should do something different. That kind of sucks. So for an AI app to automate basic functions for general office work. Okay, let's just try this and see what it does. So what we're doing too is we're tapping or we're building on top of it. And this is called the chain of thought prompting. And so what you're going to see here is it's going to get into specifics on how we leverage this in terms of a unique value proposition, right? And so it's going through that. Okay, reduce data entry errors by 80% and save up to 20 hours a week. I love that. That's very specific. And then what you can see here is the only one that offers real-time collaboration, encourage the target market to take the next step. Okay, so that's an example of Sam Altman with strategic thinking, which is his favorite use case. And by the way, I know I'm not using ChatGPT, but ChatGPT is under the hood of Microsoft Copilot. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to try one other example. And this one is one of my favorites because oh, there it is. Okay, a little bit delayed. So I have a prompt extension tool where I house my prompt library, and effectively I only need to type in one word and it creates a long, it could generate a very long, super fast prompt for me. So for context, I would say that, I'll just say what I am. I am a CEO with a company that enables AI skill transformation. As you can tell, I'm not a very good typer. And even if you have typos, like you see how it says AI, AOI, a lot of times the AI will still roll with it, even if you don't effectively have it perfectly typed, which is one of the things I love. Okay, the situation, the problem I am facing is this. And I'm going to use the most common problem that I see when I've because I don't know if you know this as well, but over the last 3.5 years, I've helped companies basically consult and help them implement revenue systems that help me grow from 0 to 30 million in ARR in 5.5 years with a really small team of 4 salespeople. Okay, so the situation and problem I'm facing is, let's talk about, I don't have enough leads that are inbound from my content. Okay, so what it's going to do is it's going to go through the same kind of process. I constructed this. So effectively it talks about Elon Musk's first principles, and which is what he's known for. So I jumped ahead instead of going to Perplexity and doing that for Elon. Those are some of the things that I built in. And as you can see, it's pretty involved with the prompt, but it's giving you an idea on how you could leverage individual leaders to jump inside their mind and think strategically. Okay, so let's talk about Elon Musk, because basically this is the whole reason why SpaceX took off, because he thought first principles thinking of rockets and how they were made. I think it was close to 90% of it was waste because the rockets weren't reusable because of the way they were designed. So he looked at that from a first principles thinking, did the same thing with Tesla and basically the charging capability versus gas. Okay, so let's break down Elon Musk. Problem you state is I don't have enough leads. The underlying assumption here seems to be that more content leads to more inbound leads. Okay, this is very true what he's saying. Is the quantity of content the primary driver? Is the content reaching the right audience? Is the content engaging the valuable audience, or engaging the valuable audience? I'm sorry. And then it says basically identify the basic truths, right? So, is the quality of content is important, if not more than quantity, right? So there's some really good things that he kind of identifies and calls out here. And at the same time, what you're also going to see is Novel solutions, once again, he talks quality over quantity, targeted distribution. He's talking about SEO, targeted ads, so on and so forth. And then engagement, right? Encourage them to interact through comment, shares, likes. And so this is really strong. And I think there's a lot of ways where we could dig a lot deeper. I want to make this video shorter. Last time was 20 minutes. I think 10 is a good sweet spot for most people, so you can get a really fast, actionable item on this. And so as you can see here, now you could think like, just to summarize it, you could think like Sam Altman, you could think like Elon Musk, you could have them solve your problems, leverage their unique strengths. I've also done this with like Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, Steve Jobs. And the beautiful thing is it works for people that are alive or dead because the training is based on all their work, okay, that creates these AI models. So let me know, drop something in the comments if you want me to cover a certain person. If you like this type of content, I'll continue to do it, but appreciate you joining me today. I love doing these things. I love geeking out on the possibilities of what we could do with AI because I think it's transforming work like we've never seen before. And so that amps me up and it allows you to really, really free up the time to basically give you skills you've never had while doing work in a fraction of the time you used to. So thanks for joining me today, and I will see you on the next video.